Morning dear students, let's start our class. Our political science third chapter, how to state government. Previous class we are discussed with the levels of government, that is national, state and local government. Then we discussed with who is MLA, how MLA are elected and how the MLA become minister and chief minister, and what are the works of legislative assembly, how the MLAs debate and discuss in a legislative assembly. What is legislative assembly? We are consider the case of Himachal Pradesh and Kerala. We have seen that what is constituencies and majority, ruling party, opposition. So you are familiar with these types of terms, right? So today we are going to working of the government. Going on with the working of the government. Working of the government. So we already said that the government work with the ministers and the department, different types of department and different ministries, right? So previous class I gave an assignment and you can find out the ministers and departments, right? So today we are going to study the working of the government, how the legislative assembly works. We already said that in legislative assembly we are debate and making decisions and the implement bills, right? So the legislative assembly is not only to inform or only to showing or opinion or express about that works of the government. This is not the only place of the legislative assembly. But in legislative assembly, people have some rights, right? When a government make a decision, it has badly affected the people. So we want to resist it. So the people want to against the rule or the decision of the government. So the people are responsible, or people have the right to questioning that activity of the government, right? How the government, how the people react such activities of government. Mostly we are taking rallies and satyagrahas or protestation against that particular law or particular decision of the government. Maybe you are familiar with that types of activities and increasing current political situation in Kerala, right? We are showing a daily newspapers and TV channel. So because of these TV channels and news like newspapers and social medias like Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter. So these types of social medias and TV channels, newspapers, also including these types of activities. They are also responsible for the activities, or they wanted to know how the government act for their people. So when a government make a worse decision or take a wrong decision and the people want to protest against that, then the TV channels and these types of newspapers, journals and social medias also against these types of decisions and against the government. So there was a various way through which the people express their views is also take action. So how the people know about the government decision? When the legislative assembly committed and in the legislative assembly the government take a decision, how people are know about that decision, or how the people get the knowledge of that particular law or particular decision of government? They are mostly doing in the legislative assembly, right? So how we get that information? We get this information about TV channels and newspapers and social medias and some journals, right? So when government take these types of decisions, it is the government wanted to public that. They wanted to show in public. The government take these types of decisions, and the government wanted to know, they wanted to realize that, they wanted to show that the decision for people and to people. So they are depending these types of TV channels or newspapers and other social medias. Okay, so one of the most important discussion of the health sector. So the health minister is the responsible to answer the questions, right? So the questions are based on the health because of the issue of diarrhea and the infrastructures of the poor infrastructure of government hospitals and insufficient doctors and medical staffs of the hospital. So these all are connected with the health sector. So the health minister or the health ministry is the responsible for these issues. So the government, most importantly, the health minister want to say answer. He wanted to say the answer in these types of questions. So according to this section, automatically the health minister conducted press conference and he moved forward and he saying what are the activities of government for doing these such kind of problems or health problems. So the press conference is a mode of knowing what the government does for the people. For example, this examples. When we get an economical problem, so the economical ministries. Okay, so the economical ministry wanted to show that they are responsible or their reasons or their answer for these types of questions. So every ministry based on what based on these questions and what based on that which ministry wanted to know that. So that particular ministry or minister want to show how the government take these types of decisions for these types of issues. According to ethics, that is the press conference conducted by a health minister. Because of that, the particular areas are suffering from diarrhea and other health issues and insufficient hospital facilities, doctors and staffs. So because of that, the press conference conducted with the health minister, right? Health minister. So press conference is also a made of knowing what the government does for people. What the government does for people. So because of press conference, the people know that what the government does for people. Okay, so the press conference is a mode of knowing what the government does for people. Right. So you got this press conference. This is one of the important thing because press conference is a mode of knowing what the government does for people. So when an issue raised in the opposition party in legislative assembly or society have any issues, so the MLAs are the responsible to solve these types of issues. Okay, when the government take a decision about this or for this issue, the government wanted to show their decision for people. So best thing that is press conference. Because of this press conference or through press conference, the people want to know, people to get that knowledge about what does government for their people. So press conference, one of the major things in the legislative assembly or the government activities. Government activities. And after that, we already said that government working through the various departments, right? Various departments. India government have many departments like agriculture, health and education, and public works department, etc. So the government have these types of different departments. For example, one is agriculture. And see, every Because the people get very good health and good quality education, the people become more and more efficient. Right? The people were filled with skill. So that is useful for our country. That is called human resources. Okay. So because of that, every state have a health and education department. That is one of the major department in a state. And other department is public works department. Public works, what do you mean by public? Our previous chapter discussed with public and private, right? So I think you are familiar with public and private works and activities, and including the health and education sector. We already discussed in previous chapter. So public works and public works department, etc. That is mainly service. Because in public works department mainly give the services, better service to their people. That is only run for social welfare. They do not have any profit for that. So these are the important department of the state government. Which are they? Or the government have many departments like agriculture, health and education, and the public work department. So these types of department including are working for the better government. So these types of departments are have power to make department like public work department, agriculture, health and education. So public government, the government work through various departments like agriculture, health and education, public works department, etc. So how the government works going with this type? Government implemented agriculture related decisions and laws, and of course the government implemented health and proper health and education decisions or bills, and of course they are implemented public work department. They are all department give the welfare. Main thing is welfare of the state. Welfare of the state, right? So this is the main thing, welfare of the state or welfare of the people. Because of the welfare of the people, the government works through various departments like agriculture, health, education, and the public work organizations. Okay. And the next one is, we already said that government make new laws and make new decisions for people welfare or for the people better activities. So government has the power to make new laws. So the government have the power to make new laws. For what? For what? For the state regarding health and sanitation according to this particular situation. Okay, which particular situation? Your text discuss the situation of world's health condition and sanitation. The people, most of the people affected with diarrhea, and most of the people died through diarrhea. So the health minister conducted press conference. So in this press conference, the health minister decided to make a new law for health and sanitation. And in this particular situation that is affected in health, so the minister or the government make new laws for the state regarding health and sanitation. Right, for the state regarding health and sanitation. Because of which condition? Because the health sector can become the worst. Then when the health sector become the worst, so the government take a new law for stability for the health and sanitation. laws for people welfare. When this law affected badly affected the people are protesting against the particular law. Okay, particular law. And the government had made by the state legislative assembly. We already said that the new laws who made? The government made, right? So the government have the power to make new laws. These laws for the state are made by the state legislative assembly. State legislative assembly. So the laws for the state are made by the state legislative assembly. Okay. So government have the power to make new laws. The laws of the state are made by the state legislative assembly. In previous class we said that every state have legislative assemblies, right? Every state have legislative assembly. In Kerala, that the legislative assembly known as the Niyama Sabha. Okay, can you remember that? Yeah, that's it. So the every state have legislative assemblies. So the laws for the state are made by the state legislative assembly. State legislative assembly. While the law for a country, the law for a country are made by the Union Parliament. Union Parliament. This is the case of a state government. This is the case of a state government. When the country wanted to make a law. Okay, so the country wanted to make a law. This is the case of the state government. So the state legislative was made this law. Made by the new laws made by the state legislative. When the law for a country, so the laws for the country are made by the Union Parliament. Union Parliament. When a country needs to make a law, that is made by the Union Parliament. We already said that the state government have parliament. Right, parliament. What do you mean by parliament? Prime ministers, presidents and other cabinet ministers are known as the parliament. So the Union Parliament made the laws for the country. For a country, the laws made by the Union Parliament. Of the case of a state, when a state made the law, okay, when a state wanted to make a new law, it's made by the state legislative assembly. The state legislative assembly. So these are the working steps of a government in a state. So in a state government, the legislative assembly are the supreme one, and the new laws and decisions are made by the legislative assembly. An MLA elected by the particular constituency or particular area, that is known as the constituency, or the majority, get a majority, that is become the political party become the ruling party, and other are opposition party, and these all MLAs are together in a place, that is called the legislative assembly. The MLAs are the ruling party. MLAs are decided their leader. The leader become the chief minister, and chief minister decide who are the other ministers and their departments. Okay, so we get a chief minister and other ministries in our state or in a state. So every state have their own legislative assembly. So now we are going toward the Kerala legislative assembly. Kerala legislative. So this is not your part. This is not a Legislative Assembly. Kerala Legislative Assembly. Right. Kerala Legislative Assembly, mainly known as the Niyama Sabha. Which is the headquarters, such as Thiruvananthapuram or Trivandrum. So, we have 140 constituencies. We have 140 constituencies and we have 140 elected representatives. So, we have 140 elected representatives. We have 140 elected representatives. There is 140 elected representatives. One member nominated by the governor from the Anglo-Indian community. Anglo-Indian community. Okay, so Kerala Legislative Assembly is mainly known as Niyama Sabha. Its headquarters in Trivandrum. We have 140 constituencies and 140 elected representatives. One member nominated by the governor from the Anglo-Indian community. Anglo-Indian community. Who is our speaker? Who is our speaker? P. Sri Ramakrishna is our speaker. Who is our speaker? P. Sri Ramakrishna. P. Sri Ramakrishna is our speaker. Who is our deputy speaker? Is V. Shashi. And who is our leader of the house? Our house is known as the Niyama Sabha. Okay. So who is the leader of the house? That is our CM Pinarayi Vijayan. Leader of the house. That is Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan. Our CM, right? Who is the leader of the opposition? Leader of the opposition? That is Ramesh Chenitala. This is the short note of about Kerala Legislative Assembly. Okay, so the Kerala Legislative Assembly, mainly known as the Niyama Sabha headquarters, Trivandrum or Thiruvananthapuram. So we have 140 constituencies. That means Niyama Sabha Mandalam. Okay, so we have 140 Niyama Sabha Mandalam. Okay, so that means constituencies. And also, so we have 140 elected representatives. That is MLA. That is MLA, Member of Legislative Assembly. Okay. So one member nominated by the governor. Who is governor? The head of the state. That is governor. Who is our Kerala governor? Arif Muhammad Khan. Since 2019, Arif Muhammad Khan is the governor of our state. One member nominated by the governor from the Anglo-Indian community. And who is the speaker? Speaker is one of the position when the legislative assembly make discussion sections, or we have to see that one person sitting on the chair and like this is the all MLAs are around arrived at that particular place, and when the arguments or when the decisions start, the controller, the section was controlled by speaker, controlled by speaker, that is P. Sri Ramakrishnan. He is the speaker of Kerala, and the deputy speaker is V. Shashi. Leader of the house is Pinarayi Vijayan, who is CM, and the leader of the opposition, that is Ramesh Chennithala, because the opposition party. Okay, the opposition party is UDF. Ramesh Chennithala, the party of UDF, and Pinarayi Vijayan, the party of LDF. So he is the chief minister, because the ruling party, which is the ruling party, LDF is the ruling party in Kerala and UDF is the opposition party of Kerala. Okay, so that is when after that, then your text with a wallpaper project. We already said that when a government take a wrong decision for people, so the people wanted to against that, protest against that particular law or particular decision, right? Particular law of particular decision or particular decision. So democracy, people against of this government, they are different kinds, different ways. Maybe people are conducting rally on secretaries or Hmcs or legislative assembly board or the house of the ministries or any other ministers, rally and strikes and protest different ways of protests and satyagraha, and these are the some kind of protection against the law of the government. And you have to see in page number 38, this is one kind of people organize meetings to voice their opinions and protest against the government. This is the one of the example. Nowadays, Kerala faces these types of many protests against our government, right? So our political background is not well now. So we have to see that this different kind of opinions of people, and this is the example. So when a government take a wrong decision for people, so the people wanted to protest against the government. So this is the example of these types of a protest, or this is the one kind of way they want to protest against the government. So in this chapter ended with a wallpaper project. A wallpaper is an interesting activity through which research can be done a particular topic interest. We already said that nowadays Kerala have facing so much of this kind of protection, or when a government or any other states, like not Kerala, any other state take a law or make a decision for people that does not get well for the people, then people can against that particular topic. So we have to see these types of news in daily our newspapers, TV channels. So collected these types of newses for recognition of when the government take a wrong decision for the people, and we get that types of newses in daily newspapers, magazines and many other social media. So we have to take that also. And these are the activities of some schools, including these types of project or types of works, and wallpaper of kind prepared by the children's classes. It is mainly based on issues connected with the working for your streets, government or educational. When the government take these types of face problems, or our society faces so much of problems, when it is getting very worse, that time it is like a social problem, and it is getting more and more worse. Then the people get protest against that government. That time we get that types of lot of news. So please collect these types of news and collect this in paper context or magazine context some about these issues. So and collected these types of news and paste these slides. That is called a wallpaper project. If you want that, and everything. So this chapter end with the wallpaper cropping. So these are the main concepts of this chapter. So what are the concepts? We discussed with the levels of government, that is national, state and local level governments. And after that we discussed with MLA, role of MLAs and how the MLA become the chief minister and other ministers. And the next word we discussed with the constituencies, right? Constituency, majority, and ruling party, opposition, legislative assembly, finally the work of the government, right? The working of the government. And with this press conference, protests, and so these are the main concepts of this chapter. How the state government works. State government works. The various over that one is the various departments. Like the government works through the various departments like agriculture, health, education and public work departments. So the government works through agriculture, health, education, public work departments, and these are the main concepts of this chapter. Okay, so these are the important concepts of this chapter. Read your text carefully and try to doing your exercise. And with your glossary, you have to see that the words with constituency, majority, opposition, and press conference. A gathering. What do you mean by the press conference? You can see that a gathering of journalists from the media who are invited here about they ask questions on a particular issue and then expected the report on this the larger public. Okay, when a minister conducted a press conference, you have to see that the media members are in front of them and they are asking some questions and the minister wanted to answering that particular questions or particular questions. After that, they get the report and it is next newspaper or early next newspaper have these types of reporters. So we have to know what is the government doing or what gets wrong with that government. So because of this press conferencing, right. So that is mean by press conferencing. So you have to see the constituency, majority, opposition and press conference terms, and you have to done try to with your exercise, and these are the main topics or concepts of this chapter, how the state government works. So read your text carefully and stay safe. Bye.